Hey folks, Cornell here from Midlife Crits, bringing up now the Fury Warrior talent changes in Battle for Azeroth, and also covering the Warmode PvP talent system. So let's go ahead and just jump on right in. At level 15, you have War Machine, Endless Rage, and Fresh Meat. War Machine is a passive. Killing a target grants you 30% haste and 30% movement speed for 15 seconds. Endless Rage, passive. Your auto attack generates 30% additional rage, which is the talent I chose for leveling. Fresh Meat, passive. Bloodthirst has a 60% increased critical strike chance against targets above 80% health. Level 30, Double Time, Impending Victory, and Stormbolt. Double Time increases the maximum number of charges on charge by 1 and reduces its cooldown by 3 seconds. Impending Victory, 10 rage, melee range, instant with a 30-second cooldown. Instantly attack the target, causing 928 damage and healing you for 15% of your maximum health. Killing an enemy that yields experience or honor resets the cooldown of Impending Victory. Stormbolt, 20-yard range, instant cast with a 30-second cooldown. Hurls your weapon at an enemy, causing 387 physical damage and stunning for 4 seconds. Level 45. Wrecking Ball, Outburst, and Avatar. Wrecking Ball is a passive. Your attacks have a chance to make your next whirlwind deal 300% increased damage. Outburst, passive. Berserker Rage now causes enrage, and its cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. And Avatar, instant cast with a 90-second cooldown. Transform into a Colossus for 20 seconds, causing you to deal 20% increased damage and removing all roots and snares. Generates 20 rage. Level 60, Furious Charge, Bounding Stride, and War Paint. Furious Charge. Charge also increases the healing from your next Bloodthirst by 300%. Bounding Stride, passive, reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds. And Heroic Leap now also increases your run speed by 70% for 3 seconds. War Paint. Passive. You now take only 15% increased damage from Enrage. Level 75. Carnage, Massacre, Frothing Berserker. Carnage, passive, reduces the cost of Rampage by 15 rage. Massacre, passive, execute critical strikes, reduce the rage cost of your next Rampage by 100%. Frothing Berserker, passive, when you reach 100 rage, your damage is increased by 15% and your movement speed by 30% for 6 seconds. Level 90, Frenzy, Inner Rage, and Bloodbath. Frenzy, passive, Furious Slash increases your haste by 5% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Inner Rage, passive, Raging Blow no longer requires Enrage and deals 100% increased damage, but has a 4.5 second cooldown. Bloodbath, melee range, instant cast with a 40-second cooldown. Cause a bloodbath, dealing 1,416 physical damage to all enemies in front of you. For the next 10 seconds, your melee attacks and abilities cause targets to bleed for 40% additional damage over 6 seconds. And level 100, Reckless Abandon, Dragon Roar, and Blade Storm. Why did I say that with an accent? Anyways, Reckless Abandon, passive. Recklessness lasts 2 seconds longer and generates 100 rage. Dragon Roar, instant cast with a 25-second cooldown. Roar explosively, dealing 522 damage to all enemies within 8 yards and increasing all damage you deal by 15% for 6 seconds. Dragon Roar ignores all armor and always critical strikes. It's nice. I think the cooldown's a little long. Blade Storm, instant cast, 90-second cooldown. Become an unstoppable storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards with both weapons for 7,294 physical damage over 5.4 seconds. You are immune to movement impairing and loss of control effects, but can use defensive abilities and can avoid attacks. And I chose Restlessness in this. The choices were Adaptation or Gladiator's Medallion. And then in my talents themselves, you have Death Sentence, which is a passive. Execute now has a 15-yard range, causing you to charge to targets when used. Barbarian, passive, increases the number of charges for Heroic Leap by 2 and increases the damage done by your heroic leap by 200%. Battle Trance, one of the talents I chose. Pardon me. Passive. After your Raging Blow the same target twice, you go into a trance, causing you to regenerate 3% of your health and generate 5 rage every 3 seconds for 12 seconds. Using Raging Blow on a new target will cancel this effect. Thirst for Battle. It's a passive. Bloodthirst clears all snares and increases your movement speed by 15% for 2 seconds. Slaughterhouse. Passive. There's a Zeppelin flying over. When you use Bloodthirst, the cooldown is reduced by 1 second for 20% health the target is missing. For every 20% health the target is missing. Death Wish. Increases your damage done by 5% at the cost of 10% of your health. Stacks up to 10 times. No thank you. Spell Reflection. Instant. Raise your shield, reflecting all spells cast on you. Lasts 3 seconds. Has a 25-second cooldown. Master and Commander. Passive. Cooldown of Commanding Shout reduced by 2 minutes. Disarm. Melee range. Instant cast. 45-second cooldown. Disarm the enemy's weapons and shield for 4 seconds. Disarmed creatures deal significantly reduced damage. And now we get into the other 2 talents that I chose. Endless Rage, which is a passive, increases the duration of your enrage effect by 1 second, and your Raging Blow refreshes the duration of your enrage. Death Row, passive. You can now execute targets at or below 25% health. So, let me know down in the comments what you think of these changes to the Fury Warrior, and we will go ahead and get the Protection Warrior video up as soon as possible. Comment down below if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I want to give a thanks to those who support us on Patreon in these hard times here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Once the community tabs become active on Patreon, we will also be creating a patron exclusive community or a sponsor exclusive community or subscriber exclusive community, depending on which site you catch us on. Subscribers for Twitch, sponsors for YouTube, and those who just generally want to give the channel on Patreon. So thank you very much for Midlife Crits. This is Cornell, and we will see you on the couch.